Yes, I really wanted to share this message that I felt in my heart because it really touched my life, and I pray and ask God that it can also touch your life if you also go through this struggle or through this situation. And I was reading in the book of Genesis where we find Abraham and Sarah, and if you don't know them, I'm just going to recap a little bit for you can, just get a little bit of knowledge over the background of what I'm about to say. Abraham and Sarah were married, and God promised Abraham that he was going to be a father of many nations. And for you can be able to be a father of many, for you can be a father, you need to have kids. So Sarah, at the moment, she wasn't able to conceive. She wasn't getting pregnant. And I can just imagine, like, as I was reading the book and I was reading some notes in the book as well, I was able to see that, Sarah was in that situation. She felt so much doubt. She felt so much insecureness. She felt so lost because God God said a word, and when God says something, it's going to happen. And it looked like everything was opposing it. Nothing was happening, and I bet she felt doubtful, and it just reminded me of the times whenever I feel doubtful, whenever I feel scared, whenever I feel confused, whenever I feel insecure about something, And that's how Sarah felt at the moment, and she was very confused. She saw that nothing was happening, and one fault, that was one of her fault. And then the second mistake she did was take the situation in her hand and move it around instead of trusting in God. What did she do? She asked her servant Hagar, I think that's how you pronounce it, to go sleep with her, with Abraham, for he could fulfill God's word for him to be the father of many nations. So Hagar goes and, she pleases her master, and she sleeps with Abraham, and it's a success. Hagar gets pregnant. She gives birth to a son and names him Ishmael. And once the Ishmael is born, 13 years later pass by, and Sarah gets a word from an angel and tells, at this time, she is old. We're talking about maybe 100 or maybe even 200. She is old. And this angel comes to her and tells her, prepare yourself because you are going to get pregnant and you're going to name him Isaac and all this. And then she laughs. She laughs. At this stage of her life, she says, I am old. I don't even have energy to do this. Like, how am I going to do this? And she starts laughing, obviously, and the angel's just like, are you, like, doubting? Like, the same way she doubted throughout the whole process, but how is she still doubting? And, what amazed me was how even though Sarah moved around the situation and she did her own efforts into the situation, God still kept his promise. And that's what really amazed me, because I know with me, sometimes I take situations in my hand and just move it around and don't even ask God what he thinks about it. And I could relate myself to this, because I saw that, sometimes I do mess around and I mess the whole situation up for God, but yet God is so merciful. God is so amazing that he still, goes and helps us. He still rescues us from the mistakes we commit. And I just thought that was so amazing, because at the end, Sarah does conceive. She has a son. She names him Isaac, and Abraham becomes the father of many nations. And it's just so beautiful. But, the whole journey was very hard for her. She had to be patient. She had to go through so much struggle, so much feeling, so much doubt, insecureness, so much. And I know, like, especially as a girl, as a woman, I know that women, and maybe even men, I can't really say how men feel because I'm not a man, but, we go through so many emotions, so many feelings of doubt, confusion, insecureness, and we just forget to just stop. We just forget to stop and just close our eyes and just ask God what he thinks is best for us. Ask God to guide our lives. And it really touched my life, because I know that I do this a lot. I just try to work throughout the situations with my own strength. When I can't do it on my own, it's with God's strength. And it just really touched my life. And I hope it touches your life too. And I hope you can be able to just realize that you have a purpose, and your purpose it's gonna be fulfilled. No matter how many times you may try to work around it and how many times you may try to go out from it, it's gonna be fulfilled. And just trust in the Lord, trust in Him. He knows what He has for you, and He loves you so much, and He's not gonna give you anything you can't handle. So just, I know that this word was very, very needed for me, and God bless you guys, because my memory is going off. So bye, God bless.